So after a week of reading, this week we finally get to really talk about good to great. And so to do that, one of the things that I want to do is make sure that we have a good discussion that covers a lot of the different topics that are explored by Jim Collins in his book. In our discussion post, I'm asking you to think about what about good to great applies well to the school setting. And in my directions, I've also asked you to read initially what other people have written before you and to make sure that you're trying to address a different component of the book when you talk in your initial post. So normally I just have you post your own ideas and then come back and read what everybody has written. But I want to make sure that you're seeing what's happening in the initial thread so that there's some coverage of some of the different concepts that are talked about in the book in the initial post. And then I'm asking you to come back again later and address those as well. Now, don't feel like you have to take anything I assign, including this book by Jim Collins, as a gold standard for how to think about what you do in schools. As you deal with this issue, I want you to cast a critical eye towards it as well. So really try to push yourself to think of ways that it can be applied, but also I want you to feel confident talking about things that you don't think apply very well, and just be ready to defend that point and do so in the discussion post. So we're going to have that dialogue over a couple of days, and then we're going to turn our attention towards the defining rigor exercise. And if you want to just get a head start at thinking about what that entails, there are two places where I talk about defining rigor. In the course schedule, I have a hot link that links you to some specific exercises. And in the main website, in the text box underneath the current schedule, I also have a hot link titled the Defining Rigor Exercise that gives a more detailed explanation of the entire exercise and what you're looking to do. Defining rigor is a group activity, and so you'll have an opportunity to interact with each other, and there are different ways you can do that. You can do that through an email thread, a discussion post thread, Google video chat. I can even open up an Illuminate link, which is a video conferencing software that can have multiple cameras working at the same time if you prefer to do it that way. Or you can meet in person. If you happen to be in the same town, you want to get together for lunch and have a conversation about it, that's fine with me too. But we'll put groups together early on in the week, and I'll have video explaining what it is I'm looking for you to do, and then you have all those resources that I just described that really spell it out. But that's what we're going to be working on next, and I'm looking forward to hearing your feedback on good to great and hopefully coming up with some wonderful ideas about how we can learn something from this book and make it improve what we're trying to do in schools.